Welcome to another episode of Multiblock Madness. Just setting up a bit more preparation for Nuclearcraft. I've got I'm putting in some recipes. I just set up diorite crushing. This gets us the zirconium we need to make zirc alloy. I'll also have to set up a fluid infuser, as well as alloy smelter, because the zirc alloy can only be made in the Nuclearcraft alloy smelter or the Ender IO one. Can't be made in the induction smelter. Alright, we got a bit of a power issue there, so I'm gonna have to switch over to using well, I suppose power is gonna be a bit of a bigger issue. I'm gonna craft a couple of these for the input side. But in the meantime, I have set up this for heavy water. Now, I'm not really sure why the pattern wasn't working, but what I have is just a dual interface supplying heavy water, and then a pattern without fluid. So in theory, this should work. But apparently I'm out of iron. So let's see what happens. This should just straight up work. Yep. There we go. Cool. Let me chuck some iron into the 3x processing. Actually, this is oh yeah, that'll be fine. I'll just add it here, and then oh, we might already have iron ore actually, but jump the line, and we'll be fine. This automatically turns it into ingots, so yeah, we'll be cool. Okay, just swap these power cells out with the advanced version. We can now input 40,000 power, which is almost as much as we're making actually. Wow. Well, half, I should say. We are also still positive on crude oil. I'm really glad I set up these 5, because I'm pretty sure these are all running off of fumes. Which, if you have 5, fumes is enough, apparently. Fuel cells. Making 20. Really not that bad. I mean, a lot of the stuff we have already, like Constantin, inductive iron. The zirconium is coming in handy now. From this setup. I'm pretty sure that this round robins between this and this. But either way, I just wanted to have a bit of diorite on stock. Okay, so I got a nuclear reactor structure built. Just have to figure out what exactly I'm going to put on the insides. I don't have a design in mind. I just kind of plan on building it as I go, making it heavily leaning towards irradiation. Other than that, I'll just see what I come up with. Alright, so this is pretty much the design I come up with whenever I try to build a reactor. Minus coolers, of course. So I'm going to see if I can add some fanciness to it. Okay, we've got a finished reactor. This one can run 12 items being irradiated at a time, as well as 12 fuel. It was a bit tricky to set up. It gave me quite a bit of difficulty. Mostly because I went for a more advanced design that I probably shouldn't be building. I don't really know what I'm doing. So, yeah. But anyway, it's working. And it's making literally no steam at all. Like, that's nothing. Like, I don't even think that it, like, yeah. Basically nothing. Also, that is absolutely... Whoops, that's the wrong tool. There we go. Output. Alright. Boom. We have a reactor. So right now we're just doing thorium dust. We should... There it is. Is this the output? No, this is. So this should just be going back in... Wait. Is this... Yeah, I moved these guys because I thought that I was having an issue with something else than I was. Actually, these aren't even on. Those doing anything? Those are doing literally nothing. Huh. Yep. Anyway, where is my thorium dust? We should be getting it any time now. This should be the output. Output mode. Extract. Ah. Okay. Protractinium enriched thorium dust. Okay, so I've just set up a little level emitter system with protractinium enriched thorium dust. This, in theory, should stop it from inputting all of our thorium once we have enough protactinium. Which I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Because we only have so much fuel. Once we're out, we're kind of out. We do have 4,000, so I think we'll be alright, honestly. Chilling at 500 of that. Man, we are chilling right now. Alright, so the next step is going to be heavy alloy, which is going to require dense component, which is going to require this and this. So I'm going to set up a couple of these. These may have to be in the overworld, but probably not, because I think I could just resistive heater it. These recipes are changed in overloaded. Reinforced glass, solenoids, control circuits, evaporation blocks are changed, all sorts of good stuff. Oh, and I did end up reporting this bug to the developer of Trousers. So hopefully there'll be a fix out for that relatively soon. I'm just importing a bunch of recipes. It's kind of tempting to remove all the hardened glass types except the ones that are used, because, I mean, who really cares about hardened silver glass? It's not like it looks different. And it's kind of annoying. We're looking a little bit more permanent now. Not really sure if we're going to end up doing a floating island city after all. Kind of unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Alright, so I've been doing a bit more construction, working towards the heavy alloy and dense component. Just made the chemical infuser as well as these thermal evaporation blocks. Or not thermal evaporation, the tank. These aren't too bad to get, some thermalloy and so on. So I've got water getting piped into here. A lot of water, as you can see. And then we've got round robin for brine. So a little bit gets stored, and then it gets it's stored in the ME system with a fluid storage bus below. It's being heated with this resistive heater. And then the lithium is being stored in the ME system as well. Oh, these melted down. Oh well. This works fine without these four. I mean 8. I don't really know exactly why, but yeah, I'm probably gonna just leave them. Because the bottom 4 work fine. They just go slower. Let's see, I should probably do some, probably should dope some silicon here. Just put it right. Alright. So, I'll get this started, and we'll see what we come up with. Also set up this granite crushing for rhodochrosite, aka manganese. We needed it for the chemical infuser. This manganese oxide and oxygen. So I set up another fluid infuser here. being supplied with oxygen, which is just getting taken from this tank right here. Okay, well, I finally just set up the thermalloy how I should have originally. Emergency coolant gets applied to this fluid transposer from here. And then this pattern just says a mixed thermal ingot turns into a hardened thermalloy. It gets cycled, charged here, and then cooled here. Okie doke. Got a basic setup for hydrochloric acid right here. That's going to be one of the components for dense component. It's not making it fast at all. But, I mean, I guess what are you going to do, really? I think we're out of channels, maybe? We are not. For some reason, I'm not getting brine. Oh, that's empty. Why is that empty? Huh. Interesting. I guess there's liquid lithium in there. And a ton of brine. Weird. Let me see if I can figure this out. According to the quantify key, there's actually a bunch of brine in here. So let me just break and replace this. Huh. Weird. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use these. Not to say they're bad, just I don't know what exactly is the issue. So, yep, ender fluid conduits. And that's working just fine. Should start to see our process kick back on. Yep. I'm just buffering this sodium for now. I don't know if I'll need it. I will need some of this, hydrogen chloride from this. So I might actually do, might split this into two as well. Because in theory, I'm going to want to save some of this for processing. So let's do round robin. Hard to say if it's actually, I don't think it's round robining. Not quite sure the best way to do this because I want to have it split evenly, but I think we'll be all right. Okay, now that we've got hydrochloric, let's do some crafting. There it is. Perfect. That's doing its thing. Yep. Not enough energy. What are we at? Oh, wait. 40,000? Yeah, that looks like a energy hatch. So let's do this guy. Yep, 32. That's gonna void that craft, but not a big deal. It's not super expensive. Perfect. All right. Dense components. And this is used in a bunch of stuff, but primarily for heavy alloy. So we're also gonna need some stab alloy. I think I'm gonna end up, because I got a bunch of depleted already, but I think, wait, wow, that's super cluttered. I think this breaks it apart by ore dictionary. Well, this can have it all cycle. So I think this might be the best, because if I do molybdenum, I can get it from fuel reprocessing. Although that's only a 25% chance. I'd also get this. It's even better rate. And plutonium, which I'll need later. Aha, Ender energy conduits are not in fact good enough. But I think it's per connection. So in theory, I should be able to just do this. Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. Whenever you mess around with mechanism gas machines, don't forget to install these. That's actually incorrect. Yep. I'm not sure where you're supposed to put these. Gas using machinery? Maybe that's not sure. Sure somebody knows. Ran into a bit of a channel issue. So I had to switch P2Ps. This was capped at 20 before, so we had 5 missing channels here. I think yeah, not sure exactly what happened for those 5, but I'm also gonna have to clean up my P2P situation here. It's a bit messy, but we'll do that later. Let's see. Yeah, so this should work how I want it to. I just set low priority on this, and this can't concentrate it fast enough. There we go. Reprocessing some fuel. So I think this does batches of 9 each. I haven't got a single molybdenum or really anything I want. Yeah, either one of these. Should get one pretty soon, you'd imagine. Nope, there we go. Got a cesium. We don't have a whole lot of depleteds, so... Oh, there we go. A molybdenum. The molybdenum I might use for some rock hounding alloys, specifically mnemonic for the machine structures. Ooh, both. Very nice. So, cesium, what is it? Cesium. I think this stuff, yeah. Okay. And that's 5 to 1, so that's not bad. It's CAE. So that's 15 heavy alloy. Not really sure how I want to do the recipe here because this is kind of unreliable. Honestly, I'm not really sure. Oh, that's right, TBU. That was the plan. There's our TBU. So that'll be the way to make heavy alloy. Okay, I believe this is the last thing required for heavy alloy. Radaway fluid. Now each ingot, at least for this recipe, requires a bucket of radaway, which is 12 glowing mushrooms, which is 12 glowstone per ingot. Definitely not cheap. So we'll have to rush this recipe, which is only 500. Simple setup, just importing mushrooms and glowstone, ethanol. Eventually I'll have to set up processing for mushrooms. I was just duping it before. All right, it's time for some heavy alloy. Let's see what happens. These are obviously pre-crafted, and I'm just, well, I guess I should have expected that. Okay, well, it works. I just need to set up a collection system. So I'll probably do ranged collector. Ranged, no, not those. Item collector. Of the advanced variety. And then filter yellow dye, huh? I bet I've got yellow dye in here. I did. And there's heavy alloy. This gives us a block. So let's try to craft up another 10. Let's see what happens. There's the hydrochloric. The irradiated alloy is going to need some work. It's a bit of a struggle. These guys should be crafting in here. Yep. Should throw it, and yeah, there we go. Kind of works perfectly. The only thing is, this radaway fluid we're gonna need more of, because right now we're not producing it fast enough. So let's increase the buffer. So it's a good start. I also set up a little mushroom farm just inside of this island. Just made some mycelium in the metallurgic infuser. Ironically enough, nothing metal about this, but one mushroom equals one mycelium. This grows when it has light and a watering can, and then these grow when they don't have light. Pretty simple to mutate. Potato and carrot, so not even like a secondary mutation. And because this is just going to be an ongoing process, this farmer is linked up to the ender chest that goes into the drawer network. At the moment, at least. We'll have to see. I probably won't keep it that way because as it stands, it's not connected to my network. Which means that this will still be a manual process to get these mushrooms over. But yeah, we'll see. Are you not? Anyway, hold on, let's check that real quick. I'm also gonna have to have some way to detect if I keep it like this, as in stocking the radaway fluid. I'm gonna have to make sure it knows if there's fluid there. I'm gonna need a fluid detector so it doesn't spew the items out and then drop them into the world. I'll probably just switch it to a fluid crafting pattern, and then go to a fluid or an ingredient buffer like this, and then pipe to the dropper and placer. But for now, that's mushrooms taken care of. Sort of. They do burn through them pretty quick. I think it's 12 mushrooms per bucket. So, yeah, let's check this guy again. Yeah, these grow so slow. Oh, there we go. I think I just did a batch. Did it? I'm not sure. Either way, I think I'm going to actually spread all of these. They're also not leveled up, so I may do that as well. But I'm going to spread mushrooms to every slot here, just to have a little bit of faster production. All right, we got plenty of mushrooms now. I just made them spread. They're still not leveled up. If we need more, then I'll just level them up. I'm guessing that we won't, though. I also switched this ender chest to white, because I don't think I'm going to hook this up to applied energistics just yet. So I'm just going to make sure this is voided, and then place this in the drawer wall. pretty sure it has a higher priority, so it shouldn't be an issue. There's probably already one in the wall, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. Anyway, so the mushrooms should go in there. Pretty sure we got higher priority, so everything should just go into this and then get dealt with. So there's mushrooms taken care of. Glowstone is going to end up being, like, I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm just going to plan on doing the witch data simulation chamber. Gets tons of glowstone. Not really an issue there. Alright, decided to redesign my reactor. I think this design will work. I just have to figure out if I can cool it enough. Basically, it's 6 cells with 4 moderators each, which should be, let's see, how much criticality is that? $144, which is enough for quite a lot of fuels. Most fuels should be fine. So my plan is to basically use the advanced redstone interface along with some position filters to control them all with one lever, because I'm going to have top and bottom, which I suppose this could be rotated so it's on the sides, but oh well. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do a bit of shenanigans to get it on the bottom and so on, but I'll come back when I got this all cooled. Test number 1, advanced redstone interface, bunch of position filters. We got off and on. Awesome. It'd be kind of fun to maybe try and design a reactor around some of these harder to achieve heat sinks. Like, for example, this has to be next to 3 fuel cells, or this has to be next to 3 active moderators. So you have to have it in a certain way to have that actually work. The other one that's interesting is this diamond. It must be adjacent to at least 1 functional fuel cell and at least 1 valid gold sink. So the fuel cell part's easy, right? You know, fuel cell. But it also has to be adjacent to 1 valid gold sink. Gold has to be next to 2 valid iron. Iron has to be next to active moderators. So you need to have some way to have active moderators and a diagonal line from a fuel cell, which is like parallel moderator lines. Anyway, I'm gonna do the math on this particular design. I'm messing with lead, slime, iron, copper. I might switch these coppers out for irons and then use gold in the corners, because that's next to 2 valid iron sinks, and then cap it off with lead. I mean, that's obviously a lot of cooling, but yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna keep messing with this, actually do the math this time, and we'll see what happens. All right, once again decided to go with brute force instead of actually doing the math. So let's hope we don't get a meltdown. I'm also using these fission reactor conductors to bridge the gap between axes. Like, these 2 glowstone heat sinks are technically active because they're next to 2 active moderators, but they're not actually connected to anything. So the idea is to use these to kind of bridge the gap. Not like this should work, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I'm also not quite sure what to put in the middle. I imagine there's something super clever I can do, but I don't quite know what it is. I feel like the 2 moderator lines are not quite as helpful as 3, because if this was a 3 wide gap instead of 2, then I could use obsidian between and the nether brick next to the obsidian, and so on. Again, definitely not optimal, but what are you going to do? Also, these should be valid because they're next to casing. Pretty sure that's how it works. Basically doing like the most basic design of coolers you can do. Iron next to active moderators, gold next to 2 irons, and then lead next to 1 iron. Now, one thing to note about gold is it has to be exactly 2 iron. Kind of one thing I've missed before. Alright, so this in theory should work, and it should be massively overcooled. So let's find out. Okay, we're green. 1 cluster. Wow, that is not a lot of cooling. So because it's 1 cluster, they all share the same cooling. And I also... Oh, that's right, I can just dig in. So let me just uncover one of these fuel cells. And let's see what we got. Ho 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 ho. We did it. So this will burn 6 fuel at a time. And it will irradiate 12. So this actually should be pretty cool. It's not bad at all. Now, one thing that I did notice, or maybe not notice, but one thing I would like to do is set 2 different types of irradiating items at the same time. So let me do that. Okay, so one thing I haven't tried before is to set filters on these irradiators. I'm not sure if this is better or not. I need some of this. Oh no, TB. That's it, thorium. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's better to do it like this, or if it's just better to let it process. But the benefit of doing this is it will always do 6 of each. The downside is it will never do 12 of one. Sounds obvious, but yeah. Cool. Well, this reactor is significantly better than my other one. It also looks like it's actually good. Like, not great, but decent. I'm also really surprised at how close I came. Like 360, that should be, I feel like, a lot more cooling than that. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. We set up Nuclearcraft. We set up heavy alloy. We set up a mushroom farm. Couple things. Added to our molecular assembler tower. But thanks for watching, and have a good one.